Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to Inside Line Racing. This is ILRGT, and we're at round number 5 here at the Fuji Speedway in Japan. Currently in the lead of the championship is Jamie, who's currently on pole position right now, and he is going into the pit lane. He is the only one that has won this season. Phil's came very close in the past couple of rounds, but can anyone stop Jamie? I am Jess, and I'm back in the commentary box once again, filling in for Tier 1 commentary, and I'm very excited. Fuji once hosted Formula 1 before it got moved to Suzuka, and we just seen that Womack got a time penalty there, but I think he's managed to clear it. So, just to let you know, we are at qualifying, and qualifying will take place until 7 o'clock, so it is currently almost 10 to 7 now. So as soon as qualifying finishes, we'll get through to the finals, and the fastest lap time will be on pole. So fastest lap time currently set by Jamie, 1:20.9. That is insanely quick. I mean, for a man like him, it is pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do here tonight. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to get pole. So let's just have a quick run through of the drivers here tonight. We've got Jamie and Bill. We've got Francis, who's currently sitting P3 in qualifying at the moment. He did a pretty good job last week as Francis. Francis put up some very good battles. He finished 8th, which wasn't bad, but let's see if he can get his best finish of the season. Could he get a podium maybe? Who knows? We've got Womack, like I said earlier. Womack had his equal best finish of the season last time about in 4th place. Then we have Fred Panda. Now, Fred Panda is a guy that I like. And, you know, Fred Panda is in 9th. And his best finish is in 6th place. He got 9th last week, so he got involved. He got involved in quite a few stuff anyway. So we'll see. Red Matt having a good qualifying so far. Red Matt, currently in 6th place. So it'll be interesting to see what he could do. And we've got Lambo, who's in the pits. He is in P7 right now. Then we've got Blizzard in P8. And I think that's all the drivers we've got at the moment, I think. Yes, it is. We don't have any more drivers at the moment. So we are getting underway shortly as we're getting a few people join. There we go. As Frisky has just joined. So obviously the session starts at 22. So it gives about people 10-15 minutes a chance to get in the session and then do a qualifying lap. Just some interesting facts about the track, the Fuji Speedway. It's in Yama in Japan, in the foothills actually of Mount Fuji. It was built in the early 1960s. And as well as F1, it was also used for the World Sports Car Championship. And also the Super GT Fuji 500km race is held here as well. Now, Fuji is a track that I love in terms of its corners. It's very tricky at times as well, but quite fun. I've raced on it myself in other games, and usually, in particular around the final corner, this is where I can lose it, because if you go to full throttle, that could definitely cost you, and can definitely cost you a little bit of time. So yeah, I'm going to get the chat up, so I will need to do that before I mute myself. I don't really want to mute myself, but I do, because otherwise I'll be able to hit. There we go, all sorted. So we've got Billy O'Connor in the chat. Nice to see you, Billy. There is also going on that you can watch at the exact same time. I thought my speakers were going there. ILRGT2 that is happening at the same time as well. Make sure you do check that out as well. both streams will be out simultaneously, so should be a good laugh. Now, Phil has gone faster than Jamie at the moment, actually, at 120.4, so time's extremely close, 54 thousandths separate between Jamie and Phil. Now, Phil has yet to get his first win. He's been the one in recent weeks where he has been challenging for wins, and he was super close last week. And if you weren't watching, it was a pretty awesome battle going on last week towards the end, and to be honest, one of my favourite battles to commentate on, really. It was a lot of fun. It was just great to see the two at equal levels, and I really do hope they do the same today, as Phil is having some great straight line speed there, and he's just gone even faster by 0.2 per second, so that is pretty good for Phil Taylor. We do have a lot of Brits there tonight. I don't think there's anyone else in the lobby at the moment. No, there's not. We've got Phil and Blizzard having a little bit of a race, I think, just to get a little bit of a warm-up just before the start of qualifying. The thing I like about GT Sport is it's one of the only games where you could make custom liveries, and it's pretty cool, and it's just nice to see them every week. Just you get used to its potential, really, so it is good. And if you're watching us, also let us know where you are watching from, and just to let you know also there is going to be a 50 once the finals begun. It will be a 50% race. I can't remember how many laps we're having tonight, but it's going to be a normal start tonight, just to let you know. Just to give you a heads up. Now, if you haven't been watching the Super Formula cars, are a bit slower than the Formula 1 cars, but still quite a lot of fun. Now, if you're new to our ILR Super Formula Leagues, there are two types of Super Formula cars, and obviously they can choose whatever livery that they want. So, we have got 6 minutes to go of qualifying then. Who do you think is going to come out on top? Starting to see people warm up their tyres now. I'm just going to see who is going to go on a lap. Potentially. Warmer, maybe? Let's follow Warmer, actually. Yeah, we go. Let's go through this. I haven't actually tried that camera angle, actually. I'll try this one. So, approaching turn number 1. Now, turn number 1 is called the first turn, which is quite ironic, actually. And then going through the long straight of turn 2, and then going into the Coca-Cola corner. Don't ask me why it's called the Coca-Cola corner. I don't make these circuits. Now 4, and then going towards 100R, and then to the hairpin, going towards the very long straight coming up of turn 7 and 8 and 9, 300R, and going into Dunlop. And then the short 10 and 11, as you can see here. You can see a very good view of the mountains going through turn 12 and 13. Then into 14. And then going up the hill and going into turn 15 and then going into nets. Really going into the speed you can, and going to the Panasonic corner of turn 16. And then going towards the start finish straight. Oh, and he's going into the pits. Typical! I think Jamie could potentially be going on a lap as he goes through the next lot of corners. As he goes through 300R now. I think that's what the name of the corner. Nope, he's slowing down as well. It's not 300R, it was 13th and Fitnet, and then it was Panasonic. Could Phil potentially be on the lap? He's going to go to start finish straight. Can he go faster than his previous time? He's on the yellow tyres, mind. So we'll have to wait and see if he can go faster. Nope, he hasn't improved. I don't think. Nope, he hasn't. So he's still where he is at the moment. Francis and Womack are pretty close, actually. 1/1000th of a second separating Womack and Francis. So, love that. I love that the times are pretty close now. I just going to retweet the tweet that ILR has just posted. There we go. So a lot more people are aware of the stream. Yippity doo-dah! So it will be interesting to also see that what the strategy is used today. What tyres would people decide to go on? Now Red Matt is in 5th at the moment. We're starting to see a lot of changes going towards the last few minutes. We got 2 minutes. So I think everybody is going to go on to their final lap. I'm just going to see if anyone else has joined. Nope, it's not. So I think we've just got 9 drivers here today. I think as well. Which is fair enough. It is the summer. A few people might be on holiday, vacation. It is nice weather. It is nice weather where I am, actually, but it is boiling. So I wonder if in game it will be hot as well. We'll find out. It's not as hot as last week. It was stoking hot in my room last week. I was just boiling and everything. But maybe because I was out all day last Wednesday, whereas this Wednesday I'm at work. So as Frisky took an interesting line there. Phil Taylor 120.1. Now that is insane. I don't think we could get into the 119s. I don't think that will. To be honest, that will be highly unlikely. But you know, we'll have to find out shortly. At the moment, it is currently 21 degrees where I am, but it doesn't feel that 21 degrees in my room. But possibly because the heating's been turned off. So yes. Let us know how your day has been. Some of you. Oh, 119.8. Phil. He's the first person to go into the 119s. I think Jamie's gone into the 119s as well. So that is absolutely insane between the top two. They're pretty much level on pace. So I can almost guarantee that they're going to battle again, which is what we want to see here in ILRGT. And now the final has begun. So we're about to get underway for the race. So here's your grid order. I should be able to get through all of them this time. So we've got Phil, Jamie, Womack, Francis, Matt, Fred Panda, Lambo, Blizzard, and Frisky. Rounding up your grid. So, are you all ready for the start of ILRGT round number 5? The lights are about to come on. The engines are revving up. And we are underway here at Fuji. And Jamie has got a very good start up front as Phil tries to cover him. But looks like Jamie has been forced to defend. Oh, Phil's gone wide. So, and there's been contact also from Lambo at the back with him as well. So Lambo is now in last place. But Jamie, what a start from him. Absolutely sensational stuff. And France has got a very good start too as well. But look at this. We've got some intriguing little battles coming up well as Phil is trying to conceive around the inside but doesn't quite work. He's also going to have Blizzard catching up as well as Redmat tries to go around the outside of Frisky then in the Yorkshire Tea livery. And Frisky tries to come back at him. But Jamie is already pulling away from Francis. Francis has gone a little bit wide there, but still three-way battle. Oh, this may not end right. Oh, there's contact again. Oh, Red Matt. Red Matt was having such a good start, but unfortunately, his mistake costed him. So that puts Frisky into P3. But Womack is chasing down Phil. Let's just see what happens with that. As yet, Phil is now behind Womack. As Phil was going to try and go in around the outside. No. Maybe not. As Phil's gone, someone's gone wide again, but this time it's Womack. So maybe the tyres are starting to get very difficult going into temperature at the moment. I think that is what's happening. So, meanwhile, Blizzard is having an interesting battle with his VSR teammate Lambo, going towards the Dunlop of turn 10 and 11 and 12. And then approaching 13 and 14, the very tight hander. And then going in to the nets pretty soon as well. Oh, Womack has left the session. So he has had, I think he has not had the best of races at Sally, which is a bit of a shame, but that is what happens in racing sometimes. Here we go then. Blizzard is right behind them as we've got someone going into the pit lane of Phil and Frisky. Oh, has Phil made a mistake again? So that will probably help Lambo right behind catch up to him as well. So that will be insane to watch. I haven't shown most of this onboard camera as we've got, look at this, Blizzard going to go around the outside. No, he tries not to. Now he's going to go around the inside of Lambo, and he takes it. Absolutely incredible job from Blizzard. Blizzard is now up into P5. Phil now up into P3. Phil is now making up for lost time in P3. Jamie is already pulling away. Sensational lap times, which is very, very good. Meanwhile, Fred Panda on Red Matt, and also Frisky on Blizzard as well, potentially. He's going to go around the inside of Blizzard. Blizzard's good defensive line has really helped him now and has costed Frisky dearly, and he had been forced to back out, but looks like he's going to try again. And he does it this time. Oh, he's gone wide. He's in the gravel. He's in the grass. So there we go. That's now Lambo that takes P5 on circuit now. So Frisky's hard work in this race so far is not good at the moment due to the fact that he's been going wide, but maybe might be due to his tyres as well. Fred Panda, another person that has also dropped a few positions as well, but hopefully we will see him concede positions very, very soon, because potentially we will see people come into the pits for their pit stops pretty soon. Now, meanwhile, in last place is Red Matt still. So, well, at least one advantage, you will be able to see all the drivers, which is good. As everyone's starting lap 5 now, as Frisky is now right. Got charging Fred Panda on the back of him at the moment. Fred Panda goes to the outside. Can Frisky defend from the inside? No, he can't. Fred Panda gained 6th position. But can Can Frisky get the switchback? We'll have to wait and see as we go through the very tricky right-hander. Fred Panda is starting to pull away a little bit as well. Fred Panda going a bit wide. This could be Frisky's chance again, potentially. Going into the Dunlop then. To be honest, Dunlop, the most famous part of the circuit as well. Look at Frisky. Frisky could potentially go for a move once again. You never know. I think, to be honest, one of my favourite battles usually is the midfield. Now, let me just get my chair ever so slightly. There we go. So here we go. Frisky is right on the back of Fred Panda now. Going in the inside, going into turn one. Can Frisky make it work? Can Frisky not make any mistakes? Looks like Frisky doesn't make any mistakes going into that corner. Nailed it to absolute perfection there, as Frisky is now up into P6 of this Grand Prix. And I had a slight panic. I thought it was my OBS saying disconnecting, but nope. It is Windows Update. But I've told you, no, I'm not updating it yet. I've got a race to commentate on. But let's just see what's going to happen at the front. Francis has got a challenging Phil up in the midst as well. So, to be honest, if Francis is not careful, then that could really cost him in this race. And only time will tell when time will cost him a little bit. So make sure you do watch out about what's going on here. And I'm just going to check to see my mic. And it is, which is brilliant. So, jobs are good. So, Jamie still leads 7.6 seconds. Nobody's catching him at the moment, but you never know when it comes to the pit stops. But we still got a three-way battle between Lambo, Frisky, and Fred Panda. And Red Matt could possibly join the party if you guys in front are not careful too. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. Lap 7 of 30. Jamie is going to be starting lap 8 pretty soon as well. There we go. I was just getting my mic to make sure it's all good and trying to get in a comfortable position. Francis has also got a 3-second time penalty, so time is the essence here. Phil is already breathing down the neck at the moment. Phil is going to challenge Francis around the outside, but Francis covers to the inside, which is a perfect decision to make from Francis, to be honest. But because Phil knows where Francis is going to defend, maybe on the next lap, Phil will probably try to attack a different way. To be honest, that's what I would do, unless some of the other guys might think that they have the same idea. But we'll have to wait and see as the race progresses. And I hope your week at work, school, whatever has been brilliant for you guys. There was some GT action to watch over the weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And also there was a bit of Formula 1 as well. Where it was Austria, where ILRGT were a few weeks ago. To be honest, it was a very good race, I've got to admit. But here we go. Phil is on the attack once again. No, he's not, because Francis is going to be the first person to jump then. He's going to be the first person to dive it into the pit lane. Oh, some interesting pit lane noises this week. It is probably due to the track, knowing me, but this means, due to what is happening, Phil is now in P2. So will Phil get the undercut that he needs around this track? To be honest, it's going to be close, but it is a little bit tough to tell, because Phil and Francis were good at battling on track anyway. So due to the pit stops, that will put Francis to the back order for now. But there are still people yet to go into the pit lane. So has Francis made the best move there? Has Francis decided at the right time? Is Frisky is going into the pits as well? So here he goes. Going to put some fuel and some tyres as well. Sometimes you can't tell if they have put fuel or tyres on. Actually, I might be able to. I will do my best to double check for you. What is the button where you could do this? F12. Nope, that is not F12. I am using a keyboard. So, yeah. So I can't really see that, sadly. As Bill and Jamie going to the pits then. The undercut has worked for Francis, for Frisky, but will it work for these guys? As Blizzard dives it into the pits as well. This is going to get very intriguing. Jamie comes out of everyone. Francis is not able to do the undercut on Jamie, sadly, but Bill, I've already told you that that's going to be close between Phil and Francis as they go side by side into turn 3 and 4. Phil this time is going to take the inside line. Is he going to have better advantage than Francis? No, Francis stays ahead of Phil Taylor for now. So Francis is doing a very good job, and I'm not going to jinx anything, but Francis could be on for his best finish. But Phil's going to go around the inside, but this time Phil takes the move. So Phil showing what he's made of there and pulling off an easy move. And they're also starting to coming towards tea time as well. So hope if you are having tea or dinner or whatever you like to call it in your time zone, let us know what you're having. So let's jump to P4 and 5 between Lambo and Blizzard. Lambert, I think, could potentially... He could potentially get Blizzard in the corners. It's going to be very intriguing. Now, my eyes are going a bit funny and I'm not able to see much. So, I'm going to get my glasses for a minute. So, just excuse me a second. My glasses are very important. I should wear it at home on computer screens, but I never do. Because I'm an idiot. Hopefully that has improved my vision slightly. Fingers crossed anyway. So, Lambo is going to have another look on Blizzard. Going on to the start-finish straight then. Lambo gets a better run and easily makes his way past Blizzard going into turn 1. Maybe they will start to swap positions anytime soon. You never know. But if they keep battling hard like this, this will be, to be honest, this will be very good for racing. So we have got on lap 13 now, almost halfway through this session. We have had one retirement, which was Womer, also known as Tom, and to be honest, it's sad to see a retirement like that. And so early on, especially if they have taken a long time, if they've also practiced a long time as well. To be honest, I know how it is personally. It just knocked your confidence down a little bit, but you've got to learn. You've got to learn not to give up. Two tenths now is the penalty for Frisky, where Matt is just behind him, but he's slowing down. So I hope he hasn't run out of fuel. I hope he hasn't. To be honest, I hope he hasn't underestimated. Getting our fingers crossed. Now also, let us know in the chat, let us know who your driver of the day is. That 15 or 20 now. Halfway. Now apologies about rubbing my eyes. My eyes are still itchy and tired. Even with my eyes going blah. So, looks like I don't, to be honest, I can't see this from happening, but I don't think anyone's going to catch Jamie at the moment. And where is Frisky? Frisky got a 1 second penalty. Now, if you want to know what the penalties are, let us know. And if there's a driver that you have in mind? I'm like, oh, that looks good. That'll be good too. Lap 16 of 30. Getting very intense potentially. Lambo and Frisky will probably be the ones. In close proximity at this stage. I don't think anyone else will be, but it's not over until Chicken Flag Falls. We've seen this last week, where Phil was in the lead for a majority of it, but then there were some good battles. But not going to spoil those battles. If you want to watch that race, then watch it after the stream. And my eyes are dying. Right, since I can't see again, my eyes are starting to water, and I think it's telling me drink time. I'll be back. Actually, no. I'll get some water just to wipe my eyes a little bit. Hopefully that has wakened the eyes. Hopefully that's wakened the eyes a little bit. If not, then I don't know what is. But there's still some good action on the track anyway, as Risky is now trying his best to catch up to Lambo. He's got 2.5 seconds to do it. You never know. These guys might be wanting to do another pit stop. I would do another pit stop to be on fresh tyres to the end of the race, because otherwise these guys are going to start to struggle like no tomorrow. They're just going to not find any grip. There's also ILRGT1 that is happening the same time as me, so if you want to check that out as well, please do, as well as this stream, obviously. And just a reminder, we are not streaming next ILRGT next week. ILRGT will be taking a week break next week, because we always, in ILRGT, we always have a week break halfway through the season, and next week is where it falls. And if there wasn't a week break, I wouldn't be able to make it anyway, because I am busy on that Thursday. Most people know why, but I'm not going to say on the stream. But yeah, Jamie then about to cross and start lap 19 pretty soon as well. You can see how very tight the corners are by the track map on the right hand side of the screen. It just looks pretty cool, to be fair. It looks pretty cool. Now let's see who we could look for battles now. Frisky is still ahead of Lambo in P6, but can Lambo do what he needs to do and start challenging now? Okay, my keyboard is deciding not to label and not respond to certain keys. That is interesting. So I'll have to keep it as it is. So no onboard shots for now, sorry. As Francis goes for his second pit stop. Oh, we got Frisky as well. Frisky is going to try and see if he could defend then. Now let me just unplug and re-plug my keyboard just ever so slightly. There we go. I think we've got the keyboard stuff working back. There we go. There we go. As Francis has gone ahead of Frisky and Lambo. Lambo's probably not going to worry about overtaking CJ at the moment because he can see the penalty of 1.2 seconds. But a good thing about this game, as Lambo goes a bit wide there, you could choose whether you want to clear away the penalties or not. Lambo's just picked himself a penalty, as I said that. Possibly a little bit of commentator's curse there, so I do apologise. Phil's already producing some very good lap times at the moment, but I don't think it's enough to catch up to Jamie, but 28 seconds between him and Blizzard. Blizzard's going to get another podium if he stays where he is, which will be decent. I thought he had gone wide there, but no, that is the part of the circuit that you're meant to race on. You won't be going to Narnia there. My shout out to all the 4 of you that are watching the stream so far. Hope you're all doing good. If you just joined us, this is ILRGT, the top tier, the best of the best. Now, what other battles could we potentially face? Now, Frisky has dropped it. Frisky's probably pitted as well. So, Frisky's a little back. So, I think there's some people in front of him, apart from Francis, that haven't pitted now. Phil and Jamie, both of them pitting. Jamie, though, going into the pits first and going out. So, Jamie comfortably comes out in the lead with Phil still in second place. Blizzard into the pits as well. Phil has timed it the right time to go into the pits because Phil's got a comfortable gap behind them as well. So that's going to help them out so well to try and get another podium. To be honest, Phil has been very consistent in terms of podiums, which is what we like to see here in Isla. People improving as well. And I have been told to do this actually. There are still mid-sign-ups open for this top tier. So if you're interested and you're really fast and experienced on GT Sport and want to give it a go and you're liking the broadcast you're seeing so far, then give a shout, as Red Mat is setting a personal best here. As they're almost off the circuit, but they're banging wheels and they're doing their best. As Red Mat is conceived. He's lost position sadly from Red Mat, as Fred Panda is now up into 5th. Could Red Mat regain another position then? Because that'll be going on to his best result, which is great to see. And yeah, there is all Brits in the race tonight. I was doing that, so so make sure you do sign up. It is a great league, so much good fun, and yeah. And if you have any questions, just message the ILR League on Twitter and they'll be able to ask you as well. You gotta be quick and have a lot of fun. We'll have 5 rounds left after this one, so I strongly recommend that you do it. I might sign up in the future, but I'm not good at GT Sport than the others, so this is why I mainly stick to commentary. So, and if you know of a friend that does GT Sport as well, then you think they're going to do well, then, and they think, oh, they might be interested in this, send them this way. And I will be able to ask any questions about the league if you want to, or find out from the drivers themselves, find out what it's like racing in this league as well. So, lap 23 of 30 then. Jamie still leads, Phil second. Francis now third. Blizzard fourth. Blizzard having a 5/10 penalty, but he can lift and coast to try and reduce that penalty down. I almost said Fred penalty there. I don't know why I said Fred penalty, but there we go. Fred Panda hasn't got any penalties at the moment. Red Matt's still in 6th. I don't know why, but I keep calling people by different names, and I don't really want to do that, so apologies if I do. It is really hard at times. So, can the guys at back capitalise? Lambo now in last place, so his pit stop might have not I can still see the mountains high in the sky. It's nice to see the mountains high in the sky, to be honest. And the only battles I think potentially we could see is between Fred Panda and Blizzard and Red Matt, potentially. No, actually between Fred Panda and Red Matt. So that is what we could potentially see. And if you're liking the content that we're showing in ILR, make sure you don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn notifications on so you know when ILR will be streaming next. Fred Panda's still in 5th place. Still not much changes up front. Phil, I don't think, is going to challenge Jamie for the win, sadly. So Jamie is going to gain his 5th win. I'm not sure what the championship permutations are so far, but I'm sure that if he gets another win in Kyoto next week, then I'm sure Jamie will take the title next week, surely. But I will get confirmation from Matt, as he's one of the GT Sport coordinators who's currently in 6th place at the moment. So I will get confirmation as Jamie has just set his personal best of the race so far, which is good to see. And Phil still setting the fastest lap of the race so far. I think the only person on the lead lap is the top 2. But Francis is on the lead lap as well. Just to let you know. As there's a lot of weaving going on as they're trying to still get temperature into their tyres, as it's going to be their long stint as they try to make sure that they get to the end and not get any punches. We almost saw a puncher last week, which was unfortunate, but we were still able to see some good last lap battles. Unfortunately, we're not getting much last lap battles here tonight, but I hope you guys are finding the stream entertaining to watch. I've been finding this entertaining to commentate, so yeah, it's been pretty good. So that's 27 of 30 then. And a few weeks ago, GT Sport were also trialling out the new weather system that could potentially go into the game, which I love. I really do hope they do, because it brings a new element to the game, as most games now do have a weather system, like F1, Project Cars, Assetto Corsa. It will just be great if GT Sport has it as well. To be honest, because even Project Cars has snow. Come on. I mean, yeah. So I really do hope it brings that. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, France has got a penalty, but he's 6 seconds clear of Blizzard, so he is fine. Blizzard has cleared his penalty now. Fred Panda and Red Matt are still fighting head to toe to nail going to the final lap. Red Matt has produced one of his best laps so far. And he's going to start to try and close in onto Fred Panda. No, he's not. Oh, Red Matt has just spun. And now Frisky's going to try and go around the outside. Yes, he does easily. What a mistake from Red Matt. What could have been? Red Matt's best finish is 5th. He could have equaled that tonight if he could have, but no, unfortunately, that's did not pay off for him, which is really sad. But hey, he's still gonna get some points. He is still going to get some points, which is very important. 2 more laps to go of this Fuji Grand Prix. We are at Kyoto next week. I don't know where that is. Actually, no, not next week, in 2 weeks' time, because obviously we're on a week's break this next week, as Francis is going to get his best result of the season in P3 if he keeps this up. A lot of people are struggling with tyres at the moment, so it is going to be very tricky for most of these guys to try and get them to the end. But all will be revealed pretty soon as well. 121.3 for Phil. I didn't see what Jamie's other lap time was last lap, but it'll be interesting to see. I don't think, no, we don't have any added battles. I think the only battles that we had is some blue flags. So a few people are starting to get laps already. Jamie is trying his best to clear the traffic, as he does. He does that nicely, in fact. So let us know who has been your driver of the day so far this race. Just give us a heads up. We're now going to go on to the final lap of this race. All the drivers are going to give it their all on his final lap. Jamie is the class of the field today. Phil's still second place now. Fred Panda, I think, is going to keep P5. And I think some of these positions will not change. It would have been nice to see a battle between Red Matt if he didn't make that mistake, but you never know. He will come bouncing back next week, as will most of these people, actually. as Jamie is going to negotiate the last 5 or 6 corners. Then he's been on class of his own again. This is the reason why he is a multiple world champion at ILRGT. He's amazing at GT Sport. I mean, he's awesome at his craft. He's awesome at all he does, and he's just incredibly fast. He's about to come across the line, and he is going to win the 5th round here at ILRGT. The checker flag has fallen. Lambo waves in 8th place. Is across the line. Phil's going to take 2nd once again. Let me just check. Is it his 4th second in a row? There we go. So Francis then is going to be on course to get his best result. Oh, a little bit twitching. You could see a last lap battle coming up between Blizzard and Francis if Francis is not careful. Now let's go on board with Blizzard then. Can Blizzard do all he can, or is it going to be too little too late? I think Francis gets the podium. His first podium of the season, which is good for him. So well done to Francis. Blizzard comes home P4. Some of these guys have got a few more corners to go before they finish their laps. Here comes Red Panda across the line. He comes across the line in 5th. Frisky 6th. And I think Red Matt has lost a little bit more time. Yes, he has. He's losing a little bit of grip, I think, on the tyres. But he's going to come across the line anyway. He's going to finish. I think we've only had one retirement here today. So everyone has finished there. We've got Jamie, Phil, Francis, Blizzard, Fred Panda, Frisky, Red Matt, Womer, and I forgot who else. But anyway, here we go. Jamie has won. He didn't get pole, but he got a very good start, which helped him. Who could challenge him next week? I do not know, but he is good and he is fast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, next week, no race. The drivers are on a week break next week, but in 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks today, we'll be back at Kyoto for the next round of the ILRGT Championship. I've been Just Games 95. Have a good evening and good night.